I forgot to start the music. Good evening, everybody. I have some beautiful music from Kamyab. Again, I hope Thursday evening finds you all well. I'm going to burn some incense. My dog is desperate to get out. I'm going to burn some incense. No, I can't let you out, Georgie. You should have started that half an hour ago before I was preparing. Burn some beautiful incense. Good evening, everyone. Hi, I can't let you out. Come and say hello. But don't knock the camera. This is my dog, everybody. Hi. Hello. Hi, Saman. Saman, can you log other people on? That would be absolutely fantastic. Hello. 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 Hi, baby. Go away now. Go away now, though. Go away. Go on. Shoo. 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 But don't. Hello, everybody. There's actually 14 minutes of this, so I might add the link later because I'm sure. Hi, Jihad. I'm sure. No, I can't. I can't pay you attention. Stop snorting at me. No. You've got to go away. Yes, I know. All day. I know. Oh, you should see him. He's so sweet. Get on there. Come on. Look. Good evening, everybody. So, once my dog has left me alone, we can start reading. I am actually going to read you another poem today. I know I'm into poems, aren't I? It's so beautiful. But we'll have Kamyab's music going while I read you this poem. In the next few days, I'm going to be posting some more. Hi, Alessandra. Hi, Anita. What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What's oh no? Sometime within the next few days, I'm going to be posting. Samantha and I are going to be posting some photos. Stop. You're going to knock that camera, and then I'm going to get cross. Yes. Pillows, cushions falling all over the place. Hi, boo boo. Within the next few days, I am going to be posting some photos that Saman and I had taken with Ina and Thomas Photography of the beautiful dresses that we wore at our public reading last week, and the beautiful earrings that Saman wore as well. So watch out for those. I might put some up, just little shots from the hip from me of the photo shoot. And dog, you've got to stop wanting attention. Go away. Yes, I know, right? This is going to it's going to be really brilliant. It's going to be dog reading. Oh, you paused and you panicked. Oh, thank goodness. Hi, Tim. It's going to be the dog reading tonight or Joanna reading tonight. I'm not quite sure, but he's certainly wanting an awful lot of attention. You do that and I'm going to get really cross. Just sit there and be quiet. Right. So, allow me to read you my poem about life today, as this week is a lot about life. And actually, during our photo shoot today, Saman and I went to the place. We were actually in the area where, unfortunately, the shooting took place on Monday with that very nasty person. A lot of people were there, and the thing that the Austrians do is they don't actually tend to lay flowers so much. They tend to put up, if you don't know, red candles, and well, actually it's white candles, but they're in red pots with little lids on them, and there were a lot of candles burning at the site where it was a site of mourning for the terrorist attack on Monday. It was very, very moving, very sad occasion. But I was very glad I was able to go and say a little prayer for the families of the victims and for the victims themselves. Georgie, you've got to stop, honey bunny. Okay, right. So, to start off tonight's reading, see what I mean? Start off tonight's reading, I am going to read a poetry about life. and see how that goes. Tell me not, in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. Hörst du jetzt auf? Stop, sit. Right, we're going to start again. Excuse me, everybody. Georgie, stop and go away. Thank you. Oh, he's gone. So, my poem about life. Let's move this over here a bit. There we go. Tell me not, in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things not seen. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art to dust returnest, was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is short, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant, let the dead past bury its dead. Act in the living present, heart within and God o'erhead. Lives of great men and women all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing o'er life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing, shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labour and wait. And that was a Psalm for Life by Henry Wadsworth. So I hope you all enjoyed that little intermezzo, everybody, about life, which I think at the moment in particular, although in so many instances it is quite difficult, we should, hi Jelena or Yelena, hi Naum. I hope I'm saying all your names right. If I'm not, I do apologize. But I think life is something at the moment in particular we should be celebrating and be grateful for, as lots of very strange things. Oh, you're back. As lots of very strange things are happening in 2020, one cannot say, thank you for the lights, right? One cannot say that 2020 has been, I think they're liking you. Yes, I don't think it's me. I think you're upstaging me. I do, yes, and you look so sweet. I have to show you what he looks like because he really does look. Look, you look so sweet. Do that what you just did again. Look, come on, up. Up. No, you changed your mind. Anyway, this is my dog Georgie, everybody. And Georgie is an absolute stinky sweetheart. Isn't you? Right, off you pop then, stinky sweetheart. All right, so without further ado, oh, I feel like this is a little bit wonky today, and this is that moment where I make it even worse. There we go. All right, so without further ado, I am going to turn Kamyab off. Thank you, Kamyab, for your beautiful music again this evening. He was also with us, by the way, at the photo shoot, Kamyab. So watch out for those photographs by Ina and Thomas Photography, which we'll be posting as soon as we get it. Maybe a little video, a little trailer of the fun time we had, if I can get that going. For the moment, however, the purpose of tonight's reading, of course, is to read 1001 Arabian Nights. And I keep saying that, don't I? 1001 Nights. And I am going to start with the 186th night, if my dog allows me. Now, when it was the 186th night, she said, "It has reached me, O auspicious king, that when Princess Budur fell asleep by the side of Kamar al-Zaman, after doing that which she did, Quoth Maymunah to Danash, sawest thou, O accursed, how proudly and coquettishly my beloved bore himself, and how hotly and passionately thy mistress showed herself to my dearling? There can be no doubt that my beloved is handsomer than thine. Nevertheless, I pardon thee. Then she wrote him a document of manumission and turned to Cash and said, go help Danash to take up his mistress and aid him to carry her back to her own place. For the night waneth apace, and there is but little left of it. I hear and I obey, answered Cash. So the two Ifrits went forward to Princess Budur, and upraising her, flew away with her. Then bearing her back to her own place, they laid her on her bed, whilst Maymunah abode alone with Kamar al-Zaman, gazing upon him as he slept, till the night was all but spent, when she went her way. As soon as morning morrowed, the prince awoke from sleep and turned right and left, but found not the maiden by him, and said in his mind, what is this business? It is as if my father would incline me to marriage with the damsel who is with me, and have now taken her away by stealth, to the intent that my desire for wedlock may redouble. Then he called out to the eunuch who slept at the door, saying, woe to thee, O damned one, arise at once. So the eunuch rose, bemused with sleep, and brought him basin and ewer, whereupon Kamar al-Zaman entered the water closet and did his need. Then coming out, made the wuzu ablution and prayed the dawn prayer, after which he sat telling on his head the 99 names of Almighty Allah. Then he looked up, and seeing the eunuch standing in service upon him, said, out on thee, O Sawab! Who was it came hither and took away the young lady from my side, and I still sleeping? Asked the eunuch, my lord, what manner of young lady? The lady who would lay with me last night, replied Kamar al-Zaman. The eunuch was startled at his words, and said to him, By Allah, there have been with thee neither young lady nor other. How should young lady have come into thee, and when I was sleeping in the doorway, and the door was locked? By Allah, O my lord, neither male nor female hath come into thee. Exclaimed the prince, Thou liest, O pestilent slave! Is it of thy competence also to hoodwink me, and refuse to tell me what has become of the young lady who lay with me last night, and declined to inform me who took her away? Replied the eunuch, and he was affrighted of him. By Allah, O my lord, I have seen neither young lady nor young lord. His words only angered Kamar al-Zaman the more, and he said to him, O accursed one, my father hath indeed taught thee deceit. Come here. So the eunuch came up to him, and the prince took him by the collar and dashed him to the ground, whereupon he let fly a loud fart. I was just reading the footnote on that one. Something Egyptian. Whereupon he let out a loud fart, and Kamar al-Zaman, kneeling upon him, kicked him and throttled him till he fainted away. Then he dragged him forth and tied him to the well rope and let him down like a bucket into the well and plunged him into the water, then drew him up and lowered him down again. Now it was hard winter weather, and Kamar al-Zaman ceased not to plunge the eunuch into the water and pull him up again and douse him and haul him whilst he screamed and called for help. And the prince kept on saying, "By Allah, O damned one, I will not draw thee up out of this well till thou tell me and fully acquaint me with the story of the young lady, and who it was who took her away while I slept." And Shahrazad perceived the dawn of day and ceased saying her permitted say. Now, when it was the, guess what, 187th night. Give it a little sip of water, a little sip. Hi Michaela, hi Mohammed, it's lovely to see you this evening. Now, when it was the 187th night, Shahrazad said, "It has reached me, O auspicious king, that Kamar al-Zaman said to the eunuch, 'By Allah, I will not draw thee up out of this well until thou tell me the story of the young lady and who it was who took her away while I slept.' Answered the eunuch, after he had seen death staring him in the face, 'Oh, my lord, let me go. I will relate to thee the truth and the whole tale.' So Kamar al-Zaman pulled him up out of the well, all but dead for suffering, what with cold and the pain of dipping and dousing, drubbing and dread of drowning. He shook like came in hurricane. His teeth were clenched as by cramp, and his clothes were drenched, and his body befouled and torn by the rough sides of the well. Briefly, he was in a sad pickle. Now when Kamar al-Zaman saw him in this sorry plight, he was concerned for him. But as soon as the eunuch found himself on the floor, he said to him, "O my lord, let me go and doff my clothes and wring them out and spread them in the sun to dry and don others, after which I will return to thee forthwith and tell thee the truth of the matter." Answered the prince, "O rascal slave, hast thou not seen death face to face? Never hadst thou confessed to fact, nor told me a word. But go now and do thy will, and then come back to me at once and tell me the truth." Thereupon the eunuch went out, hardly crediting his escape, and ceased not running, stumbling, and rising in his haste till he came in to King Shahriman, whom he found sitting at talk with his wazir of Kamar al-Zaman's case. The king, "I slept not last night for anxiety concerning my son Kamar al-Zaman, and indeed I fear lest some harm befall him that in that old tower. What good was there in imprisoning him?" Answered the wazir, "Have no care for him. By Allah, no harm will befall him, not at all. Leave him in the prison for a month till his temper yield and his spirit be broken, and he return to his senses." As the two spoke, behold, up rushed the eunuch in the aforesaid plight, making the king, who was troubled at sight of him, and he cried, "O our lord the Sultan, verily thy son's wits are fled, and he hath gone mad. He hath dealt with me thus and thus, so that I am become as thou seest. And he kept saying, a young lady lay with me this night, and stole away secretly before I slept. Where is she? And he insisteth on my letting him know where she is, and on my telling him who took her away. But I have seen neither girl nor boy. The door was locked all through the night, for I slept before it with the key under my head, and I opened to him in the morning with my own hand. When King Shahriman heard this, he cried out, saying, Alas, my son! And he was enraged with sore rage against the wazir, who had been the cause of all this case, and said to him, Go up, bring me news of my son, and see what hath befallen his mind. So the wazir rose, and stumbling over his long skirts, in his fear for the king's wrath, hastened with the slave to the tower. Now, the sun had risen, and when the minister came in to Kamar al-Zaman, he found him sitting on the couch reciting the Quran. So he saluted himself by his side, and seated himself, and said to him, O my lord, this wretched eunuch brought us tidings which troubled and alarmed us, and which incensed the king. Asked Kamar al-Zaman, And what hath he told you of me to trouble my father? In good sooth, he hath troubled none but me. Answered the wazir, He came to us in fulsome state, and told us of thee a thing which heaven forfend, and the slave added a lie which befitteth not to repeat. Allah preserve thy youth and sound sense and tongue of eloquence, and forbid to come from thee aught of offence. Quoth the prince, O wazir, what thing did this pestilent slave say of me? The minister replied, He told us that thy wits had taken leave of thee, and thou wouldest have it that a young lady lay with thee last night. Thou wast instant with him to tell thee whither she came and went, and thou didst torture him to the end. But when Kamar al-Zaman heard these words, he was enraged with sore rage. And he said to the wazir, "'Tis manifest to me in very deed that you people taught the eunuch to do as he did." And Shahrazad perceived the dawn of day and ceased to say her permitted say. See how many pages we've got left. I think we can still read one more. Check the time on my computer. Come on. Let's have a bit of kamyab as we read the next one, shall we? Good evening, Saja. I hope I said your name right. Now, when it was the 188th night, she said, "It have reached me, O auspicious king, that when..." Let me just do a little... I love it, but it's got to be down. It has reached me... Oh, I don't know. There we go. It has reached me, O auspicious king, that when Kamar al-Zaman heard the words of the wazir, he was enraged with sore rage and said to him, 'Tis manifest to me in very deed that you people taught the eunuch to do as he did, and forbade him to tell me what became of the young lady who lay with me last night. But thou, O Wazir, art cleverer than the eunuch. So do thou tell me without stay or delay whither this went this young lady who slept on my bosom last night. For it was you who sent her and bade her sleep in my embrace, and we lay together till dawn. But when I awoke, I found her not. So, where is she now? Said the Wazir. Oh, my lord, Kamar al-Zaman, Allah's name encompass thee about. By the Almighty, we sent none to thee last night, but thou layest alone with the door locked on thee and the eunuch sleeping behind it. Nor did there come to thee young lady or any other. Regain thy reason, O my lord, and establish thy senses, and occupy not thy mind with vanities. Rejoined Kamar al-Zaman, who was incensed at his words. O Wazir, the young lady in question is my beloved, the fair one with the black eyes and rosy cheeks, whom I held in my arms all last night. So the minister wondered at his words and asked him, Didst thou see this damsel last night with thine own eyes, on wake or in sleep? Answered Kamar al-Zaman, O ill-omened old man, dost thou fancy I saw her with my ears? Indeed, I saw her with my very eyes, and awake, and I touched her with my hand, and I watched by her full half the night, feeding my vision on her beauty and loveliness and grace and tempting looks. But you had schooled her and charged her to speak no word to me. So she feigned sleep, and I lay by her side till dawn, when I awoke and found her gone. Rejoined the Wazir, Oh, my lord Kamar al-Zaman, haply thou savest this in thy sleep. It must have been a delusion of dreams or a deception, because by eating various kinds of food or a suggestion of the accursed devils. Cried the prince, O pestilent old man, wilt thou too make a mock of me and tell me this was haply a delusion of dreams, when that eunuch confessed to the young lady, saying, At once I will return to thee and tell thee all about her. With these words he sprang up and rushed to the Wazir and gripped hold of his beard, which was long, and after gripping it, he twisted his hand in it and, hauling him off the couch, threw him on the floor. It seemed to the minister as though his soul departed his body for the violent plucking at his beard. And Kamar al-Zaman ceased not kicking the Wazir and basting his breast and ribs and cuffing him with his hand on the nape of his neck till he had well nigh beaten him to death. Then said the old man in his mind, Just as the eunuch slave saved his life from this lunatic young youth by telling him a lie, thus it is even fitter that I do likewise, else he will destroy me. So now for my life to save myself, he being mad beyond a doubt. Then he turned to Kamar al-Zaman and said, My lord, pardon me, for indeed thy father charged me to conceal from thee this affair of the young lady, but now I am weak and weary and wounded with tunding, for I am an old man and lack strength and bottom to endure blows. Have therefore a little patience with me, and I will tell thee all and acquaint thee with the story of the young woman. When the prince heard this, he left off drubbing him and said, "Wherefore couldst thou not tell me the tale until after shame and blows? Rise now, unlucky old man that thou art, and tell me her story." Quoth the Wazir, "Say, dost thou ask of the young lady with the fair face and perfect form?" Quoth Kamar al-Zaman, "Even so. So tell me, O Wazir, who it was that led her to me and laid her by my side, and who it was that took her away from me, by night, and let me know forthright whither she is gone, that I myself may go to her at once. If my father did this deed to me, that he might try me by means of that beautiful girl, with a view to our marriage, I consent to wed her, and free myself of this trouble. For he did all these dealings with me only because I refused wedlock. But now I consent, and I say again, I consent to matrimony. So tell this to my father, O Wazir, and advise him to marry me to that young lady, for I will have none other, and my heart loveth none save her love. Now, rise up at once, and haste thee to my father, and counsel him to hurry on our wedding, and bring me his answer within this very hour." Rejoined the Wazir, "'Tis well," and went forth from him, hardly believing himself out of his hands. Then he set off from the tower, walking and tripping up as he went for excess of fright and agitation, and he ceased not hurrying till he came to King Shahriman. And Shahrazad perceived the dawn of day and ceased saying her permitted say. Let me see if I can find some nice music for you again. There we go. Oh no, what? The other one. So, dear friends, it is 10:20. It was an absolute pleasure, as usual, reading for you tonight. I send you many blessings. I'm going to leave you with some lovely music from Kamyab, and Saman will be with you tomorrow. I look forward to reading for you next week. I wish you all a very beautiful weekend. Look after yourself and send lots of good and positive vibes out into the world, and wish everyone in it good health and good happiness and success. I'm going to blow out the candles while this music is playing. Enjoy. Good night, everybody. Many salams. I'm going to post this music for you on our Facebook page, okay, so that you know where on YouTube you can find Counting Out Music. Good night, everybody. Many blessings. Take care. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.